Hey guys, it's Dove, aka Spider-Gwen from Marvel Rising, and I am here with 17 to do the emoji challenge and talk to you guys about some embarrassing times in my life, so let's get started. Luke Benward in Cloud 9. We had to kiss in the audition in order to get the role. And I was so shy, you guys, so intimidated, and he's like this massive like mountain man even when he was like 17. And Disney Channel had us come in to like test our chemistry. And they were like, all right, no, you guys have to kiss. And I was playing it cool. And then I was kind of like, ooh, I get to kiss a dreamy guy back when I was 17. And then I had to actually do it, and the time arrived. And it was somewhere between these, kind of all of these, all of the scary ones. It's pretty intimidating. And then somebody asked me if I needed gum, and I said yes, and then they said they were joking. I feel like I've never had that, because I've always been extremely like, I'm really shy about, I used to be really shy about that. I think I didn't even tell my mom when I started my period, because I was so shy. Like, that's how shy I used to be. I really had to work on myself. But like, I didn't tell anybody. And I think I still haven't told my mom. I mean, she knows. But like, I think that I used to spend my allowance on tampons. And like, that was like, I was so shy. I just didn't want to talk to anybody about my body. You know, talk about your body if you want to. Like, it's totally cool to. And if I could like go back and tell myself that it was okay, I would tell myself that it was okay. And I'm totally open about it now. But I was a very little mousy little creature when I was younger. This is how I feel about talking about my period now. I'm like, I'm on a period! Like, I don't care. Dude, talk about yourself if you want to. Don't talk about yourself if you want to. It's your prerogative, but there's nothing wrong with your body, and it's actually super cool to get your period. Like, I always get so stoked. My boyfriend's like, you're a woman, that's awesome. And I'm like, I know, it's pretty great. Basically, I got asked to a dance by a guy that I did not know. But he was friends with all of my friends, and I had never been to a dance because I was Miss Awkward, and I got asked, and he asked me on a Starbucks cup, and it was so cute because I love Starbucks. Wow, how sweet. He understands me. This is gonna be so great and easy breezy. And all of my friends wanted me to go to this dance, but I didn't have a date, and I didn't have a boyfriend, and I was awkward, but I was like, they took me under their wing, and I was kind of like the little one. I was younger than everybody, and they were like, you should come, kind of like sympathy invite. And so he asked me, and I couldn't tell if he was into me or not, because he was just one of the big group of friends, and it was kind of like they paired us up. And so the whole night, I was walking around without him because he was hardly looking at me, not giving me any attention. And then at one point, he grabbed my hand, and I was like, oh no, this guy really asked me to this dance. He actually wanted to go with me because I had such low self-esteem that I was like, oh, he's just asking me just to be nice. But then I realized that I'd been ignoring him all night. Like 11 of these, and 19 of these. I felt so bad. When he grabbed my hand, I was like, no, bad Chloe. I went to the Golden Globes. Somehow they let me into the Golden Globes. And I was about to walk the carpet, and then they were like, you might want to hold off for just a second. And I was like, oh, okay, like something's wrong with the carpet. Like, I didn't know what was happening. I was like, ooh, carpet emergency, what's gonna happen? And I realized that the carpet emergency was that, is there an emoji that's just dead? One where I died? Meryl Streep was right in front of me. So instead of acting like a normal person, I think I made a noise somewhere along the lines of like, and I took out my phone and I videotaped her doing nothing. Just walking the carpet. Just a little bit disappeared in my head for a moment. I still have the video, actually. I just refuse to post it because it's very, very creepy. I think I zoom in and you can't even really tell it's her, but that would be my most starstruck moment. My most awkward moment recording for Marvel Rising. It's kind of an ongoing awkwardness because you guys, when you watch cartoons, you don't think about it, but do you know how long you sit in a quiet studio with a bunch of people watching you as you make what is called effort noises? And it is noises It's noises that are supposed to be like when you're getting like hit in the stomach, or you're getting flown into a wall, or you're just really not into something. And I realize that I'm about to do them here for you now, and it will be just as awkward. But it's things like or things like that. And they need so much more of them than you would think they need. Recording is just kind of an awkward thing in general, but you guys don't get to see that part. I have a direct answer for this one. This is my most embarrassing moment of my whole life. So when I was like 8 years old, and I've looked for it, I can't find it anywhere. You can't find it online. It's not, I swear it's not anywhere. It's like they printed it once and then it went away. I was doing community theater back in my small town, and there was this performance that I was in, and I was in the chorus, I was in a lead role, and we've been doing it for so long, and it was running for like 4 months, maybe 5 months. And you know, when you just do something over and over again, you get used to it, you stop thinking about what you're doing, and my brain just turned off, and there's this point in the musical where the whole ensemble is supposed to freeze. It's my boyfriend FaceTiming me. I can't talk right now, I'm so sorry. The whole chorus is meant to freeze, and then the lead singer just stands still with the spotlight on them, and it's supposed to be like time stand still. And so we got to that point, and I like chose my pose and I stayed in it. But I've been doing it for so long that I just turned off. I went on autopilot, and I made eye contact with my friend backstage, and she started crumping. This is back when crumping was the thing. And my brain was just off, and so I started crumping back with her. Not like that. That was really slow motion and scary and awkward. I'm making this so much worse on myself. This is one of my most awkward moments in my life. But I just started crumping back at her, and then laughing out loud when the whole auditorium and stage was silent. And that happened to be the night that the biggest reviewer in our town was there. And I had just recently done a show where I was the lead, so he knew who I was. And so he wrote a review on the show, and I got an honorable mention. Honestly, when I saw the review, I was proud. I was like, I'm fired. I deserved that honorable mention. Basically, I was in the woods filming a part of If Only in Descendants 1 that never will be seen. I was like walking around a log, and they never chose it for the film. They had walled off the whole set. Like, there was nobody who was coming and going. It was a completely quiet set. It was very intimate. There was like 10 people on the crew that day, and nobody had been coming and going, and it felt really still, and we were in the middle of some very far away forest. And Kenny invited the whole cast that day to apparently rush me when I was doing my most intimate ballad moments. And he had gotten all the takes that he needed, and he had them run up behind me. But in my survival reptile brain, I thought it was a large animal. Because what else would be in the woods? We had walled off the set. There was caution tape everywhere, and I could hear something fast approaching, and it sounded really big, and I think I fell off the log. That was pretty embarrassing. And I think it's on camera somewhere. Hopefully you guys will never see it. This isn't really that embarrassing, but like, it's not cool. I've definitely like, if like my camera's full, or if I like the filter on Snapchat or on Instagram, I'll take a photo on Snapchat or Instagram, but then instead of saving it, I accidentally post it. And then there's like that terrifying, because what happens to me is I'll take photos on set, and then I'll get in trouble with the studio if I release like information that I'm not supposed to. So there's always that like 4 seconds following where it's uploading and you can't stop it from uploading, and then it uploads and you have to be like, delete, 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 like a million times. I've had a wardrobe malfunction. It wasn't super embarrassing, but somebody took out mascara to put it on me, like a last minute touch up when I was wearing a white dress, and it just so happened that that mascara was really goopy, and they like went like this, and like a fleck of the black mascara went right, like when I was 10 seconds from walking the carpet, and it was like, it's just one of those moments where like you go blank. I know it sounds so silly, it's like a little fleck on a dress, but like, those red carpets are stressful, and I'm always a little bit intimidated. I'm like, am I even allowed to be here? You know, you're putting me in fancy dresses. Like, I always assume that something bad's gonna happen, so then when it does, I get like especially... Look at, this is embarrassing, this whole video. when the bad things happen that I know are gonna happen, I get especially like this. Every school picture's bad. I think that I just don't take good photos because I get really nervous under pressure. And so I'll go into something. If I have like one chance to get something right, it will inevitably go wrong. So I think they're all pretty embarrassing. I used to cut my own hair a lot, which resulted in a lot of embarrassment. Because you know, you cut the bangs and you think they need to go back a little bit more, and then pretty soon they're back to here and everybody can see your brains inside your head. So all of them were embarrassing when I was younger. Honestly, to be completely honest with you, I have been working on loving myself for so long now, and it has been such a process for me, and every time I think I've done it, there's more stuff that comes up and I have to recalibrate, and it has been such a process. But loving myself is something that I really think I'm starting to arrive at, not to like make this video into like something that it's not. But I just don't hang on to negative stuff about myself anymore. Thank you so much for watching. Please tune in to Marvel Rising to catch me as Ghost Spider, Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy, and please subscribe to 17.